Well, hey everyone, my name is Chris Cummings, and when it comes to discipling your peers, there's a few things that we need to keep in mind. One of the first things is this, that when we lead anyone anywhere, we need to know where it is that we're taking them. In other words, we need to know the direction in which we are leading people towards. If we don't know the direction or the end goal or the destination, then we won't know A, how to get there, or B, when we actually arrive. And so the first thing that we need to understand when it comes to discipling others is we need to understand what an actual disciple is. Now, we break that down into three really simple things that we believe are necessary ingredients for every follower of Jesus. The first thing is this, that everyone needs a right understanding of who God is in their mind. We have to think rightly about who God is. The second thing is this, that we must have supreme affection for God in our hearts, that we must love him above everything else that we possibly desire or know. And then those two things coupled together, then produces this third attribute of every biblical disciple, and that is faithfully following God in obedience to his word and to the Holy Spirit. Those three things together make up what we would call a biblical disciple. And we need to know and be clear what that is so that as we lead people, we know the direction in which we are leading them. Now that we know the direction that we're heading, we also need to understand the pathway or the means by which we lead them that direction. And when it comes to discipling others, there's really, I think, four primary ingredients that they need in order to grow and be led well. The first thing is this, they need information. They need to know where they're going. They need to learn more about the beauty and the wonder and the splendor of God. The second thing is this, they need imitation. They need the life of a Jesus follower modeled for them so that they can imitate that. Oftentimes what we need in order to grow is we need just someone to model for us what it is that they're asking us to do or asking us to become. When we can see a model in front of us, an example for us, it helps leads us in the right direction. So we need information, we need imitation, and the next thing we need is immersion. We need to be immersed in experiences so that we can learn what it means to be a follower of Jesus. This might look like a short-term mission trip or something of that nature, being immersed in some sort of experience. And the last thing that people need is innovation. They need the ability to innovate and adapt and become the person that God is leading them to be, creating them to be the way that God designed them to be. And so in that moment, what they need a lot is coaching. And so those four things together are the means by which we help grow and lead people to the goal of becoming a biblical disciple. Now, in order to get to this goal, we have to remind ourselves that the idea of discipleship is not a solo act. It is not something that you do by yourself, one-on-one with this other person, separated from other people. But in reality, that when it comes to discipleship, that it's actually a team effort, meaning that every single person that we're trying to disciple or lead not only needs someone like you and someone like me, but they need the church as a whole. The entire community of God wrapped together in unity, helping lead them forward towards knowing Christ more intimately and deeply and becoming more like him. They need the church. Now, your role as a fellow peer with them, because of that, because they need the church, your role is therefore not necessarily to be their spiritual parent. Your role in this is predominantly to be that spiritual friend, that encourager, that person that helps them stay accountable, to walk alongside them in the everyday stuff of life as the two of you journey together towards Christ-likeness. And so when it comes to discipling our peers, we have to keep those things in mind. Where we're headed, the means that are needed in order to get us there, and what our role in the church looks like as we together in unity help lead everyone to know Jesus more.